My knowledge is very limited.
Everybody's.
But I do know there's a lot of talk about upward and downward motion of prana. Does that relate to, is that in relation to gravity, or is that in how does that make sense in 3D world, or much more than 3D world? How does that make sense?
Yes and no. You know, like they would say, these tantrics are very funny people. As you can see me, you know. They say that consciousness made you. So you have eyes, you have nose, you have ears, you have all the sensory organs. What they're saying is, your sensory organs allows you the external data and experience. So sometimes they would say that prana is within, your data is without. So you have the eyes to see the colors. If you don't have the receptors, you won't have the experience. They're quite smart, those guys. You know, so that's how they will reason for you.
Yes, I have two questions also. One question is, what is the connection between asana series, pranayamas, and other techniques and the quality of meditation? Because I realized from my own experience that after doing some asanas, especially pranayama, meditation gets much better. For example, today, after morning asana practice, I started meditation and it was really good. And second question, you mentioned today a lot about those habitual patterns of the mind, which are covering the true nature, right? So there should be a process of unlearning those habits. What are the tools in Tantra for unlearning or dissolving those patterns, those things that in Buddhism are called sankharas, right?
Samskaras.
Samskaras.
Yes, samskaras. What Tantra also, as Buddhism, they say that your breathing carries a lot of discord. These patterns. You know, the pattern of breathing can cause illness or happiness. So the breathing also influences the mind. The mind is, you know, because of the breath, it can create stress or it can create bliss. So by regulating the breath very carefully, you achieve your hormonal balances, your mind states, because if you are happy, you have certain better hormones. If you are sad, you have the negative hormones. So in the Tantra world, the breath is the most important aspect. And asanas are used to enhance your breath. You know, here breath is a prana concept, yeah? Not that one. You know, so in the prana, you are doing all these things. Your asanas are culturing and perfecting and enhancing your prana. Your bandhas, you know, your bandhas are also very important tool to actualize your prana. You know, prana, not breathing, but the energy system, let us call it loosely. And so by culturing the energy system, your hormone system becomes balanced after a while, and your mind becomes clear, and in the clarity there is no fear, and there is a lucidity, a clarity of seeing things. And then it cultures into a state of well-being. From this state of well-being, you are actually seeing peace, and you are actually living peacefully, and you are actually optimizing your life here. You're optimizing your experience here. And from that, you have what I call a walking meditator. You're meditating all the while. Even though you're walking, you're still in meditation, rather than sitting meditating. You know, sitting and meditating is nice, but to keep this meditation in life as you walk is a very important factor.